you're a West End TV star, man. Like,
It's weird, isn't it?
Because, like, again, like, you was on The Masked Singer. I wasn't on that episode.
No, that was
I wasn't
series
on that
one, I
episode.
think.
Yeah, series one.
With,
and
what's
that
his
was
name?
like...
Ken, what was he called?
Ken was on it.
Just
Ken
pretending
John.
that you
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
who we
yeah.
were. Oh my God, I'm a great fan. You don't know who I am. Pretending.
But that was like no one had that on their bingo card. Nobody had that.
That was such a mad show. I remember I'd done a couple of things at ITV, and then Kevin Ligo, he took me out for lunch and he said, would you do this show? It's called The Masked Singer. And I looked at the description. I said, well, what do you want me to do? I thought, oh, maybe as a judge or as a host or whatever. He said,
Kevin's funny as well, man.
Yeah, he was.
If you want some show,
It's from Korea. And I was like, have you lost it? And people do what? I'm sorry, people do what? So it was a real, like, well, let's just see. Let's see what happens, really, because nobody knew. But everyone making it, Derek McLean and all, people I sort of trusted, were really raving about it and said it was going to be massive. And obviously I'd seen the American one, and I thought, okay, well, let's just go for it. And also I love singing. And what was great about it was the one thing that stops me singing, like publicly, too much, sort of go really rinsing it, even though some might argue that I have done, is that I get a little bit embarrassed by people's reaction, because I think they're thinking, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Who's he think he is?
Yeah, of course.
And so what's great about The Masked Singer is that's all gone, because it's not you, you're just Hedgehog.
Yeah.
For 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or whatever it was. And if I'm honest, I thought I'd just get knocked out early on and then I could just crack on. Yeah. But we managed to get through to second place, which was great fun. Beat Catherine Jenkins. I mean, I'll always hold that dear. Yeah. Beat Catherine Jenkins in a singing competition. But it's so weird because you don't see this necessarily as a judge. Is that backstage?
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know who each other are either.
Yeah. No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
They need to put those people in charge of MI5 or something, because the government are releasing secrets by mistake that Masked Singer are not. They're incredible at it.
Nobody knows. We don't know.
No.
I get people come up to me, ask me in the street, and was like, "Oh, you must know who that caterpillar is, didn't you?"
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm like, "No, I generally don't know." It's like, come on, like I've had my own family ask me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like my own family's been like, "You know who that was though, didn't you?" And I'm like, "No, I genuinely, what you're seeing
when
is,
you watch it,
I don't know."
Yeah, when you find out, I find out.
And it's so interesting because I think in this age of TV now, everything is massively manipulated for the entertainment sake. There's a lot more at stake now for a show being a success in the first series than there would previously. Do you know what I mean? So I get it, but at the same time, it's like, no, we generally don't know.
No.
Yeah,
but that's what makes it, I think. And I remember, although I do remember getting a text off Jonathan Ross about episode 4 saying, and I just text come through and it just said, "Feeling prickly, are we?" And I just didn't respond. I thought he's obviously fishing.
Yeah,
trying to find out if it's.
But we go into like for us on the other side.
Yeah,
we don't have a lot to work from, so we're like, cool. We write our notes and we only get to hear it, but then it's like, it's almost like, I know this person though, and it's annoying because it bugs you, because then what happens? You're like, is this someone I know?
Yeah.
And then I honestly go home, and again I'm like, cool, we finished, and you know what the days are like, it's long record days. I go home, and I just sit there sometimes in silence, and I'm sitting there for about an hour, just like, I need to know who it is. Yeah. Like, it's really bugging me. I'll go to bed and be like, I can't sleep because I know who that person is. Yeah. What was it like? Because you done the first series, so what was the whole process like?
Well, it was a big suck it and see experiment at that point. Nobody really knew what was happening. The actual masks and the costumes were heavy and hot, and it was really, and you were in them for ages. There was, I think now they take them out for a bit, and then it was like you were in it. Once you were in it, you were in it.
Oh,
There was an experiment at the beginning, I think the first 2 episodes, where they were trying to make sure nobody knew who you were, even like sound.
Oh man!
And you're like, the sound department are gonna need to see my face, like. It was crazy.
So no one's even like the makeup, and no one did.
Sound guy was trying to put your mic on his eyes closed, and you were backstage, and obviously you don't know who you are, so you're just holding hands with like Monster and Silver Fox, just nervous because you're like backstage performers. And it was only afterwards it went out, I thought, And then it's that CeeLo Green was the monster. And I was I was holding his hand, like backstage holding CeeLo Green's hand.
Nuts, man.
And I remember one night, there was one particular episode where Jonathan, I think, had said, I think it might be. It was quite an operatic song, I think. Maybe. It was Meatloaf. I'd Do Anything for Love, and I sang it quite like big. And Jonathan said, I think that might be Alfie Boe, the opera singer. I was buzzing. Yeah. So Alfie's a mate of mine. So when the show goes out, he sends me. I think I'd sent him a text one night, and I said, "Hey, have you been watching this Masked Singer?" So you keep getting mentioned. He went, "I've just watched it myself." I said, "Oh yeah," because people keep tweeting me saying, "Are you the Hedgehog?" And I said, "Oh, what did you think?" He said, "Well, I just watched it," and I thought to myself, "Well, I'm not that shit at singing." I was like on the phone, like, "What do you mean?" He went, "Well, I'm trained, aren't I? I'm a trained opera singer. This guy's his breathing's all over the place." Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, well, maybe the mask's heavy. Maybe you're not thought about that." Yeah. And then it was only when the final actually happened and it was me. Yeah. I just got a text off him saying, "I think I owe you a beer." I'm sorry, mate. Yeah. So yeah, it was great fun keeping. And in fact, my daughter was very funny. So I'd not told any of my children that it was me, and she was watching the final at her friends, and they were all going, "That's your dad." And my daughter was like 8 years old. She was going, "I think I would know if it was my dad. He would have told me, and we'd have gone to the set and all the other things that we normally do." And anyway, obviously, take it off. My mask comes off, and it's me. And I got all these lovely texts off all these friends and family from, "Oh my God, I can't believe how well you did." And then it was just one text from my daughter. It just said in capitals, "Liar." Liar.
Do your kids not trust you now when you come?
Yeah, because they're like, she must have been at that sleepover thinking, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
So it's a bit catch-22, but it was a lovely thing to do, and it was, and even now, I get people sort of coming over and still mentioning it. And what was I on it 4 years ago? So yeah, it was a really fun show.